Hello and welcome to another edition of AttractWell Office Hours. I'm Coach Ashley, joined today by founder of AttractWell, Greg Kilwine. Hey, Greg.
Hello, everyone. We're very excited on this super exciting release announcement day.
It is a super exciting release announcement day. And if you hold on for just a couple of minutes, you're going to find out an oft requested and finally available feature is now in your AttractWell system. And we are just, if you can't tell, beyond excited to bring this to you and share with you this information today. So as you are coming in, let us know where you're coming in from. Let us know what you do in your business. And if you know what the big secret is, if you've been in your account hard at work, don't say anything yet. We are going to reveal here in just a couple of minutes. But this is a wish list item that it has graced many a wish list since we first launched AttractWell, and we are just so thrilled to be able to bring this to you today. We are really in this to help you truly, really make your life easier as you run your business. And that means reducing the mental clutter in your business from having to run and manage all different kinds of platforms and functions and bring it all into one place where there is coherence in the work that you do so that you could focus on the work that you do and not your tech. And so we are just so thrilled today to be able to take one more thing off of that pile so that you can bring it into your AttractWell. And of course, we're going to get into that here in just a second. Thrilled to see you guys from all over the place. I see we've got a lot of coaches here. We've got, yeah, again, all over. Awesome. We are, again, so thrilled to have you here. I'm going to get into some slides to share just a little bit about this, and then we're going to spend plenty of time actually demonstrating how some of this stuff works, of course, in our system. And if you are here today looking for help, for assistance of any kind in running your business, using AttractWell, if you're curious about us and you're not using us yet and you have questions, feel free, bring those. Greg is literally the guy that started all this and makes all of these things happen. Hi, I'm Ashley. I kind of try to help this make sense to you if this is not the main thing that you do, this tech stuff. So we're excited that you're here today. We're going to go ahead and pop out a video so we've got good recording quality on YouTube where we house all of these replays, by the way, if you ever want to check them out. We do have playlists there. Today, we are going to be revealing a brand new feature with AttractWell. So what we'll be getting into today is, of course, that new feature, what it means for your business, how to use it, and then we'll get into some live help and Q&A. So if you have not yet, hop into the chat. If you watch this as a recording, don't be shy, put it in the comments. We want to hear more about you and what you do, because our system, everything that we have here is built around helping you run your unique business the way you want it to be run. So it helps us to know more about what you do. And of course, if you're here and you have questions, you need help, please add those to the Q&A here on the live call. If you do wind up watching us as a replay, know that we have opportunities to work live together. And of course, you can join a call just like this in the future. If you'd like to work together live on a call like this, then you can go to attractwell.com/work review, and you can actually set aside dedicated time with us on a call just like this one to work on whatever you want in your business. Go over any questions that you have, review your designs, design your funnels, whatever that might look like. So make sure that you set that aside. And then, of course, we do tend to keep space, of course, on these calls for live Q&A as well. So if you want to join a call like this one in the future and you're catching this as a replay, you can go to attractwell.com/office hours. These are totally free. You don't have to be an AttractWell member to join in and learn more. But we highly, of course, recommend that you get started with us for $1 and see how we can help you simplify your business. And if you are on the path to getting started with us, getting things up and running, and you need a hand, maybe you're migrating from other platforms and services, maybe there is a design that you'd like to have executed, but that is not your zone of genius. We've got folks who do live in that zone of genius, and they're at attractwell.com/concierge, and they can help you execute whatever it is that you are looking to get done with your site and with your system. So head over there, learn more about what they can do, and of course, reach out and let them provide you a quote for whatever it is that you need help with. So as a business with an online presence, some things are just necessary. Am I right? Let me know in the chat, what are some things that for you as a business with an online presence, what are some necessary things for you? Some deal breakers, like if I don't have this, I can't do it. right? For a lot of us, we probably started off with some kind of a social media presence, right? Maybe a website, surely a website. What are some other things that you find necessary? Maybe the ability to keep track of your contacts, so a CRM, a contact manager, the ability to send a proposal. I love it. So sending an email, sending messages, right? Maybe if part of what you do relies on sending and sharing content, collecting payments, yes, emailing, offering courses, staying in touch with clients. So these are all absolute necessities for the majority of us, right? And these are all things, everything I just listed off here, these are all things that you find in AttractWell. All of this is already included with AttractWell. So as a brand with an online presence, content eventually becomes a central component of your business. So maybe you work with one-on-one clients right now, and you are maybe working on referral basis and you aren't necessarily putting yourself out there in any significant way. Eventually you will, and you'll maybe have a YouTube channel, for instance, or maybe you will begin offering courses and programs that will rely less on your one-on-one time and presence and more on leveraged content like video, right? So when that becomes the case, that content is going to look like video. And while it might not begin as a necessity, hosting, managing, embedding, and sharing video is going to become a necessity for your business. If it's not right now, it eventually will be. And if you're creating content to generate leads, you probably already have a YouTube channel, right? If you are going to eventually create content to generate leads, you should definitely have one if you don't have one yet. But what about the video content that's not meant for public consumption? What about the videos that you create for your courses, or the videos that you might share with your clients? Maybe recordings of your calls with your clients, maybe the sales videos and messages inside of your funnels. What about those? Those shouldn't be on YouTube. So where do those go? So historically, with AttractWell, we've recommended actually grabbing a third-party video hosting like Vimeo or Wistia, right? A lot of us use those. But what if you could keep that content in the same place you're serving your clients and creating your courses, your funnels, your memberships, etc.? What if you could ditch your video hosting provider completely? What if you could get rid of that? Just have your YouTube channel for content, but keep all your videos on AttractWell right here. Now you can. Bye bye Vimeo, Diane says yes. Now you can keep all of your videos in the same place that you create online courses and sell them and serve your clients and have your Zoom calls and your website and everything else amazing that you are doing on AttractWell. You can now keep your videos here. So let's talk about this. The AttractWell Video Manager. Oh, look at these comments are popping off right now. Y'all are exciting. We're so thrilled about this. So with the AttractWell Video Manager, you can host your own video content. You can import video from a URL. That's for those of you who are actually indeed planning to say goodbye to other platforms where you may have hosted your video. This is going to make your life real easy to move things over. You can import video from a download URL. You can also record straight from your device into your AttractWell Video Manager. You can do a one-click convert from Zoom cloud recordings. You can embed on your website pages, in your online classes, your blog, your store, anywhere you can show video. Sherry says she's done a lot of breaking up with since she found AttractWell. That's what we're here for, babe. We're here for all of it, everything. And of course, this is a fun thing I'll share with you here briefly in a bit. But also, you can send links to your videos out via email, and it'll automatically create a little animated GIF that'll send out via email to help increase that level of engagement and get people to click and go watch the video. It's super cool, right? So this can be utilized on all AttractWell plan levels. So at starter, if you're at a starter plan, that's 10 videos. At basic, it's 100. Premium, 200. Pro, 500. And diamond, 1,000. And this is just what's included in your plan level, okay? If you need more space, you can also, for very reasonable pricing, increase your storage of videos. And of course, you can manage them all in one place. If one of them has expired in its relevance to your business, you can delete it. That frees up space for another. Pretty cool, right? So let's see how it works. First, let's talk about how we add new videos to AttractWell. Our options are to record now. Now, this is going to work if you're on a mobile or tablet device. You can also upload from whatever device you're on, whether that's mobile, tablet, or a desktop, laptop situation. You could also import using a download URL or import from your cloud recorded Zoom calls. How many of you guys are using AttractWell's Zoom feature to have private calls with your clients? Do you record those calls? Would you like a way to store those recordings to share with your client? This is going to be really exciting for you because with one click, you can get it all done. Take your cloud recording and move it straight over to your AttractWell Video Manager. So this is what record now looks like. So from the editor, and this is actually inside the AttractWell app. So if you open up your AttractWell app and maybe go to edit a page, you can see in the editor, there's this little video icon. If you've worked with using videos from other sources in the past with AttractWell, it's going to look exactly the same, except when you click it, you're going to see that there are additional options here where you can upload videos, you can select them, or you could actually, in this case, take a video. So this is going to allow for you to use your phone in this case, or your tablet to shoot a front or back facing video. And immediately, as soon as that video is done recording, it uploads straight into your AttractWell account. Similarly, if you're in the video manager and you want to create a video and record it right now, you could of course do that as well. Cheat code, if you don't want to have just a video of you on your phone and you holding your phone or your tablet or whatever, and you would like to maybe record a video of you with a screen share with you in like a picture in picture, cheat code, open your Zoom like you're meeting with somebody, record it to the cloud, right? Hit record when you're ready, record it to the cloud, and then just click the link to move it in, and now you've got a video for your course. You don't even need to have, like, I've used Screencast for years and it's expensive and it's complicated. You could just use the Zoom that's built into AttractWell and record your course videos without leaving AttractWell. It's pretty cool, right? Awesome. So you can also upload straight from your device. So if you have these videos anywhere on like your computer, your phone, your tablet, etc., you can of course select them. So you just click, you select the video, and then you can actually see that it'll give you a progress bar. You'll have a little spinny guy there. And of course, those videos will start uploading. If you want to import from a URL, so for those of you who plan to be leaving your video hosting provider to bring your videos over here, what you're going to do, as kind of shown here at the bottom left, is you're going to look for the download link, and it's usually going to have this sort of downward arrow with a line underneath it, wherever it is. This is going to be true on YouTube. This is an example here from Vimeo. So you're going to find the download option, and then you're going to copy the link address, and then all you have to do is paste it into this import video space here, give it a name, add a collection, or don't. Totally up to you. You can modify that later. And of course, that begins importing your video without you ever having to download it to your device. You can simply move it from their platform to this one. You could also then rename and categorize these. You could also choose whether or not they're shareable via a link or whether they can only be embedded. So of course, you can, where it says add to collection, you can click that there and create a new one by simply typing in, like in this case, I'm going to type in live trainings. You can also click this little pencil icon off to the right in the bottom right here under Master Your Tech. I can change the collection by clicking that little pencil and change the collection. You can also click and rename it as well. So for instance, I don't want this to be called how to master your tech.mp4. I just want it to be called how to master your tech. This client meeting, I probably want to say client meeting with client name and maybe the date and time, right? So that that is more clear here. And then of course I could put that into a category or a collection called client recordings or client name recordings if you are, maybe you're recording a lot of meetings with a particular client. Pretty cool, right? So these videos, just so you know, and if you've been working with other video hosting providers, including YouTube, you probably already know this, but if you're new to this, just know that videos can take a little while to process, especially if they're long. If they're an hour or longer, they're going to take a while. So just expect that, right? Depending on how fast your internet is and just all kinds of other factors. So do keep patience in mind where this is concerned, and make sure that you don't close the tab that you have open where you've initiated the upload until that upload is complete. And it may take a few minutes still before you can view the video. So, and we do have sort of like a status situation that we could look at in the videos analytics, which we can look at as well here in just a bit. So once you've uploaded these videos, they can then be embedded anywhere there's an editor in your AttractWell system. So that could be on your pages, that can be in your classes. This can be in your store. This can be on your blog. This can be in your on your event pages. All of these things are possible, right? And there are three main ways that you can go about sharing these videos using AttractWell. So the first is anywhere that you have posted it, where we have the, a page where we've put the video, a landing page where we've put the video, an event page where the video lives, a blog post where the video lives, whatever. In those cases, you're going to actually just share the link to whatever that page is. Or if you have an online class and the lesson for that online class has this as its video, you would share the link to that lesson, right? So that's how we share the video if it lives in a space that you've designated on your AttractWell site. You also have the option to send via a direct link and a super cool thing that you can do with email. All right, so we're going to look at this real quick. So basically what we can do here is if we want to share the videos via a link, then we're going to click this share with link, and then it's going to open up this copy link over here. Right? So now you have a link that you can just send folks to. And it's going to look kind of like this, right? It's just going to be on your website.com, whatever, and it'll show up just as this video on the page, nothing else there. But you can also share your video via email, which is super exciting. So what happens here is in your email, we do have, just like we have the editor everywhere else, we have this add video icon. So when we click it, it opens up just like it would on your editor anywhere else. But when you select the video, you get to choose what link it'll go to, because the video won't play in email. The video will only play wherever it's embedded, right? Or wherever we're sending them to. So essentially what's going to happen is when we add the video, it's going to look like this, right? So there's a little still, or this looks like a still from the video. Where do we want them to go when they click it? So they could just go straight to the video. We could take them to the place where the video lives. We could send them to a sales page. We could send them to a blog post, wherever it is. Or you could send them to a post on your social. It's entirely up to you, because you could send them anywhere, right? So we put that link in here and then it populates in your email. But check this out. This is so stinking cool, you guys. The video thumbnail is actually an interactive GIF, right? So it actually animates. So it takes an animation from the video, and this is what they get. How cool is that? It's so neat, right? So let's go take a look at this stuff together. And of course, any questions that you guys have, we can go take a look. So I'm going to actually go into Safari here, where you can actually see that I have taken my cloud recording and I've already clicked the link to download. So I'm going to go over to the video library and see what's going on with my videos here. Now I've already got a couple in here, and I actually think I have that here. All right, so this is my client meeting. So this is actually the one that I uploaded. So what I want to do is go ahead and rename this, because this is meeting with Joe on March 9th, 23. Right, so now that is a client meeting is no longer called client meeting, because we know that's Joe, right? And of course, we can choose to just share that with Joe by copying the link here. We could email Joe and then put this in there. We could also, if we have a vault for Joe, we could make this the video that is the one that plays for a particular lesson or on a page inside the vault. We also have the ability to see the statistics. So while your video is processing, this will actually show up a different color and it'll say video is processing, right? So you'll see the status. Now, once something is uploaded and it's in use, you can actually see your number of views, the length of views, average watch time, total watch time, the video size, and you can, of course, see these statistics over time, which is pretty cool. And let me see what else. And if you happen to have some kind of an error, so maybe, for instance, I believe in this one, yeah, video is waiting for processing to start. So what I actually did here was I initiated an upload of this video and then I left the tab. So it actually never had the chance to upload. So you'll actually see that there's like an error code here. So this one I actually uploaded a second time. So if we go to view statistics, you can actually see that it's ready to play. But in this case, because it's a very long video, it is still processing, 50% complete. So you can actually see where things are at for your video. So if we were to try to view that one right now, you actually can view it, oddly enough. It's pretty cool. So yeah, so let's talk about how we can go and put these into different places on your site. We'll start with your online classes. Because just like in your online classes, where you would have put a Vimeo, Wistia, or even YouTube link, and you would be able to track percentage of the video watched by a client on their contact card, you can do that with your videos in AttractWell. So if we go here, I'm going to go to upload. I'm going to upload or select video, and I'm going to grab this one and hit select. So now this one is here. I'm going to save it. And so now when we view this class, the video is now viewable right here. And after they press play, they'll be able to do the same things they would otherwise. They can adjust volume, they can adjust speed, they can have the captions off or on, they can go picture in picture, and of course they can go full screen, again, just like they would anywhere else. And then finally, going over to pages, and this will work the same as it would on your blog posts, on your events, really anywhere else that you would want to embed a page is, here, let me just create a new section here. And I'm going to delete this text. I'm going to center my content, and then I'm going to head right over here to add video. And we'll add this one. There we go, right? So that's pretty neat. You can just add your videos straight in to wherever you want it to go. All right. I would like for that to go away because it's in my ears. Okay, cool. It's playing. All right. So here, let me get out of my video not sharing and come and see if you guys have any questions or if anybody wants to work together on anything on the call today. Peggy, that's a good question. Can the videos be edited on AttractWell? At this moment, no. So if there is something that you want to edit, then what I would do is do that beforehand. So if it's a Zoom call, let's just say, for instance, and you actually recorded the entirety of the Zoom call, then you would want to maybe open it on your device and then use whatever kind of basic trim feature. That's typically what I do. Honestly, I don't get into any kind of advanced video editing. I have a Mac, I open it and I think it's QuickTime Player. I go to the edit trim and just take off the first little bit or take off the last little bit. And of course you can get more complicated than that, but you would upload the finished product to AttractWell. One tip as well, if you want to use AttractWell in its entirety for recording your content, which, oh my gosh, you should do this. Like, don't go and pay hundreds of dollars for software whose capabilities you really don't need in their entirety. Unless you're, just a video file and you just really want to get into this stuff. You really can go and initiate a Zoom meeting with just yourself. You can have your video on or off. You can share your screen. Then when you're ready to record, hit record, choose record to the cloud, and then give your presentation, right? Or just have it showing you. And then when you're ready to record, hit record and send it to the cloud. And you can do multiples of those, if you need extra takes, but whenever you have the one that you want, then you can convert that over to your videos, which is, I so wish that I had something like this back in the day when I first got started with all this, because it really, really does simplify everything. iMovie, allegedly, according to Mark, is very easy to learn. Good to hear that, Mark. I know I sit here and explain technology to you guys every week. but that's not been my experience. But if it's the same thing that you're using all the time, see, that's why I have any fluency in this at all. It's because AttractWell is all I use. So why would I even want to bother learning something else? Good to know that someone else struggles with iMovie. Girl, I struggle with a lot of things that aren't AttractWell. You just need to know that. Like machines and things that move that like I am, what is that when you're a hammer, everything's a nail? That's me. That is me. And everything that I work with, it's not AttractWell, is just so fragile. And I'm just like a bull in a china shop with it. So yeah, let me know if you guys have more questions. Okay, so Nick, no. We can't currently record, we can't currently edit. We can't edit in AttractWell. However, what I was just sharing, initiating your Zoom call from AttractWell, choosing to record to the cloud when you're ready to record, and then ending the recording when you're done, right? So there's no need to trim, right? Because you're hitting record for your take. And you could choose to end the call, right? If you're like, oh, this didn't work the way I wanted it to, you don't have to worry about it. It's going to delete from your account in 10 days anyway. So the take that you like, send that over to your videos, and now you've got it. Like no editing needed. And honestly, I really believe that there is some value to being well produced for sure, but the value, it really is only so applicable, right? Like if you're really, really concerned about production quality, then you should really consider working with a production company on your content. 9 times out of 10, though, for the majority of us and the work that we do, and I mean, I'm thinking about, I know people with $100 million businesses, right? Who have just the wackiest, I turn my phone on and film myself content, and they're doing just fine. Mel Robbins wakes up in bed and does this, you guys. Like if she can do that, I think we're all good. Right. Yes, exactly. Brendan Burchard has people do that for him, but you know what? He didn't always. I remember when he didn't. And he was just a guy using YouTube in a clunky way like everybody was back then. So yeah, just understand that it's not that deep. People need to understand you and they need to resonate with you. And if those two things happen, then you're winning. And I don't think that making yourself more polished is going to meaningfully move that needle as quite as far as a lot of us get hung up on. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk about appearances. Who has questions, or would any of you like to talk through any strategy today? Or is there anything, would you like to see video maybe working in a certain place on an AttractWell account? We could certainly look at that together. If you guys want to map out funnels, whatever that looks like, feel free, put your request into the chat or the Q&A, either way, or raise your hand if you want to actually come out and let's talk together about something. This is a wide open opportunity for us to work together. Diane, good question. Can AttractWell have more than one email address to send emails from? At this time, no. The place that you work that out is actually when you log into your account, how you determine what that email is. Let me get back over here. So you click your name, and the email that sends out is going to be this one right here under email address when you click your name to go to your information. Hi, Yulia.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
So good to see you.
Likewise.
I haven't been on the call in a while, but I'm watching every Thursday religiously.
Awesome. How can we help?
So, yeah, what I'm planning to do, I would like to get testimonials from my current students, and I'm thinking to maybe schedule Zoom lesson, because they kind of like feel nervous about the whole system of me putting camera and recording them. But I thought maybe if I'll just schedule the Zoom, because they are already learning the Zoom, some of them with me, and just, have a few questions, have them, it's like an interview. So how would I set it up from the sending them link, and then how would I set it up with the Zoom link?
Yeah. So it's pretty straightforward. there's really one. Let me see. All right, so make sure I'm showing the right thing. So there's really one link, honestly, that I would create for this purpose. And that is, you know, a call like one like this, right? So a recurring meeting link. The majority of the time, unless there's just like a really unique kind of call or kind of event that doesn't happen very often, that's the only time that I ever personally will create a different kind of meeting. But if you want to, let's just say you're going to have a meeting with one client, and so this would be meeting with Sue, and you would give it the date and time. So maybe it is on the 30th, and maybe it's at noon. It's going to be for an hour. You, of course, choose whether the video is started automatically. They can, of course, turn their video on or off if you want to, you know, or their audio as well. I personally choose, and it depends on the call, but in this case, I think you guys would be expecting each other to be on video, so I would just put it that way. If I'm doing a group call, I'll often turn these things off, just to give people the option. Let's see. Because this is a private client call, I would enable the waiting room, just in case somebody else finds themselves there that you know isn't supposed to be there. They aren't going to, you know, come into the call. We go to create meeting. And then you have a couple of options here. So if this is like a one-time thing, you can send them one of these links to add it to their calendar. You can go to share here and actually click here, attendee link. And that's going to be their link to join. And you also have this option to go to send and then go and select the actual contact that you want to send this to, and it'll send those details. So you actually don't have to worry about copying and pasting anything. You can just send the Zoom information straight from that meeting that you've set up. And then what you can choose to do once you're on the call, and of course I can't demonstrate this here live, but I'm sure you know in Zoom, you can click record and you would just record to the cloud, and then you would have that recording to work with later.
And then with like,
here we go.
Yeah, and then continuing the subject that you were talking about today in the beginning, once I have a video saved and edited, and I can basically upload it to like I was thinking, what would I do with testimonials? Should I put in social media? Should I include it in my bio page?
Yeah, so yes to all. Where testimonials are concerned, that is one kind of content that you can spin in any number of ways that you want. You can transcribe some piece of the recording and use some of the testimonial in writing in the copy on your website or in your email signatures, in your campaigns. The videos, of course, if you have a collection of them, having a page called praise or something like that, where you can list off maybe written and video content. You could do that as well. This was the thing I was waiting on my browser, which sometimes is so slow to show you. If you choose to send straight from Zoom, it'll actually just give them all of the information. You will want to go in and include the date and time, or grab the link for them to add it to their calendar, though, if you want to.
Another question that I have actually is, do I have to automate this Zoom call somehow, like add a reminder, or do I need to do anything with automation for this kind of call? Zoom call?
Yeah, so if you would like to use this with any amount of, well, okay, so we have another thing that's almost as big as video on our wish list, and that is calendar, right? What I would recommend, and until we're able to get that figured out and included in AttractWell, if you want to have end-to-end automation with someone booking time with you, what I would do is create a meeting link that is recurring, and have that be the location in your calendar booking. So if you use Calendly or Acuity or whatever you use, have that be the location. And then when somebody books with you, they're going to receive the correct Zoom link. All you have to do is just go to start meeting, on whichever one of the recurring meetings it is. And of course, they will be receiving the location link, because what you put in as the location is the actual link that this one right here, that they will use to join the call. So that's if you want it to be fully automated. Your other option, of course, is you just simply go and you send this, as I shared previously. And then what you could also do, so let me just go and find this contact. All right, so I'm going to send them mail. So this is looking forward to our call on, what was that, March 30th at 12 p.m. Eastern. So I can send that now. And while I'm right here, I can also go ahead and send them an email once it reloads, because it needs to send. But I can also just go ahead and send them a reminder email. And so I'll basically use the exact same thing that I just sent them. I'm just going to schedule it for another day and just say reminder, meeting on the 30th at noon. So it just takes you an extra minute, and you're doing essentially the same thing that that something like a Calendly or Acuity would be doing for you. You would just want to make sure you take that extra step. So here we go. I'm going to go here to mail, and then I'm going to say reminder, call tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern. And so we'll schedule that for the 29th. And we'll do that maybe at 5 o'clock. And so that'll now be scheduled. And so now you've got that taken care of. They'll be reminded, they've got the link, you're good to go.
Oh, perfect, perfect. That makes sense. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you,
absolutely.
Greg.
Okay, let me see. What else? Do we have any other questions, you guys, or do you have anything that you would like to see run through in the system? Feel free to come on out. And by the way, and I think I'm kind of partially reading some of the clarifying questions here in the chat. The cool thing about this is that you can create multiple uses for your content. So if you have a lesson that you use in Vault A, you can use that same content in Vault B. You can use that video there, right, as well, which is pretty cool. And of course, if you wanted to, for whatever reason, maybe you wanted to include as a free training in your funnel, a video training that is literally from your course or program, you can just take that same video that's already in your account, embed that onto a page, and then that's what you're giving away in your funnel for lead generation, which is a pretty cool thing you can do as well. Awesome. All right. Do we have any questions here? Can you walk through attaching a calendar? That's a good question. I actually, let me show you the launch challenge, because I know with certainty that I have done this in recorded video format, which you can revisit in a much more organized way. If you go to your account settings and scroll down to the AttractWell launch challenge, make sure that you sign up for this. It's going to get you access to the member area here where you can sign in, and you can access the entirety of that program. And in one of those, I do actually have a place where I show you how to do it. And actually, you know what? We recently had a training on using calendars with AttractWell. Let me just go ahead and show you real quick if my browser would like to cooperate. If I go into my account, and this is with Calendly, by the way, obviously, depending on the scheduler that you personally use, this may look different for you. So you go to your event. When you're setting up your event and the basic stuff, there's a location, right? Don't use Zoom as the location, because that actually requires you to have a separate paid Zoom account. All you have to do is go into your AttractWell account, make sure that you've set up a recurring meeting link that you'll use only for this purpose. So maybe client calls, for instance. And you're going to grab this copy link right here. And then that is going to be the location. So custom is the location in Calendly in this case. And then you paste that here, and they only get to see it after they've confirmed, after they've finished booking. So that's what that would look like. And then
I'd
of course,
recommend too with that, turning on the waiting room in that recurring meeting, because then
yes.
like if you've got back-to-back calls, then nobody can pop in there until you approve them. So it'll keep them out until you're ready.
Yes, absolutely. I've experienced that myself where a client has maybe forgotten that our meeting is an hour later and I'm on with somebody else. Yeah. And the way that you do that, let me go back over here. When you edit an existing link or as an existing event, you can click right here to enable waiting room, or if you're setting it up new, you would do that as well. So yeah, 100%, exactly what Greg said. That is a critical step in getting that done. Awesome. How can I put picture in a circle on my homepage? I did that just a few weeks ago. Can't remember for the life of me how I did it. So we actually have an image editor. I honestly don't have a lot of experience with it. Greg, do you know how to crop and do a circle with the image editor?
Actually, you can do that with the page builder. Give me a second here,
Mm.
and I can set up a screen share. Am I a co-host here?
Oh yeah, let me fix that. Yeah, because she is talking about putting it on her homepage. So this isn't like the my story and about one. So here we go. All right.
There
Yeah.
we
Could
go.
you please show
Okay.
us how to do that? I always forget about
Yeah,
that.
sounds good. And this might be what's going on with that. Okay, so when you're in the page editor, you can check this. It may just very well be that the original image is, cropped as a circle, in which case then you probably have to go back and find it and like re-upload a new one or whatever, because the corners won't come back once you edit those off in like Canva or what have you. But if you've done it this way that I'm about to show you, let me now just pop this one on here. I don't know if this is the right one. You know what? I'll just make a new one here, because I know one of these has something in there that I can use. Like if I come here to homepage, it's already a circle. Let me show you on this one here. So pretend this was the one that you had the circle around. Take the little magic wand tool here to edit the element styles and click on that photo. Then you can, where's that at? There's a rounded corners, I believe. You can crank that up. So that might be what's happening if you wanted to reset this back to square. Like if you're swapping the image and you're still getting the rounded corners, this is what's probably going on. Click your little style element editor, click on the image, and then take your rounded corners back to 0 if you want them to be square, or you can obviously do something different in the middle, or even get a little wild and only turn on one corner, whatever. So, but I think that's probably what's happening there. If not, just upload a new image. If you do upload a new image and it does have the circles, then this is probably what's going on. But otherwise, if you upload a new one and put it in a new spot, or maybe delete the one that's there, then that should take care of the problem.
Yep. And
If
that's
not, of course, let us know. We can look
yeah,
at your
yeah,
page.
right. Exactly. And I think that's a great hack to not have to like go and create a new image in Canva and have to like go and completely switch context from what you're doing. You can take something you already have and make that modification. Melissa says, "Will all my AttractWell campaigns then come from that email, or can I manage that even with a Gmail account?" So yeah, everything that is sent out of AttractWell is going to come from whatever email address you have there set up in your account. Now, what you reply from, obviously, like depending on how you get things into your, where you receive email. So if somebody hits reply to you, you have the ability to respond with something different. But yeah, everything's going to come from one in AttractWell.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter what email service that you have. If it's us
Mm-hmm.
or Gmail or whatever, it all can come from that address.
Yep, that's right. You do have the ability to, I believe it's in your vaults or your member area. I think it's your member area settings. If you want to receive emails from AttractWell about your member area at a different address, you can. That's right. I'm saying that right?
Yeah, that's under, I think, advanced settings and in the member area setup. There's a way to put another email address. And that's just for member area related notification emails.
Yeah. So that's going to be like if you maybe if you have someone who is managing it for you, or you want them to keep an eye on it, you want to send those things over to them. Or if if you want maybe only your clients are in your member area and you want to be able to maybe send them to an inbox that's less cluttered with other things that pertain to your business, then that's a use case for that too. Awesome. So I suffice to say, I think everybody is really excited about breaking up with their video host. And we're here for it. We're so excited for you. If you guys have any more questions, we do have a little bit more time that's allotted to this. Of course, we're not going to keep you keep you sitting around here if you are itching to go and get things done. But if you do have questions, you want some help with something, or you want to kind of talk through anything together, speak now or see you next week. All right, Cheryl says, could you suggest a simple way to connect prospects to the next step? Would you be open to coming out and chatting, Cheryl? Can we talk through this? Can you raise your hand and I'll know that that's the case. I think how we connect your prospects to next steps is really going to be very dependent upon your funnel and how you run your business and what you're offering. So, hey, thanks for coming out. Hi. Yeah.
Hi.
Tell me about what you're offering.
Thanks. So I'm having different online classes. So I'll have like maybe a half an hour self-care class, and then just talking about like skincare or spa day or something like that. And then have a master class that's more of like an hour on another day. And that's like talking about just different wellness topics.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Mondays will be like kind of like this, like office hours, like open Q&A. So I want to, like, at the end of the class, even if they don't become a member, or I don't have my newsletter yet up to kind of connect them or keep them in the loop. So I'm just trying to figure out how to, without creating a campaign, I'm just trying to do it like step by step, one person at a time, until I can get comfortable before I incorporate the tech into it.
Yeah.
So
okay.
So I want to kind of connect them to the next class, or it's just inviting. I think that's the biggest thing, is inviting.
Got you. So it sounds like you have people who are on your list, and you have people who have sort of the ability to RSVP and attend these different things. Even if you're not doing a content-based newsletter, having some kind of an updates or here are the classes this week or this month type of newsletter would be an important thing to just kind of keep going, so that anybody who has attended one can know about future ones that they can attend. But where we're talking about moving prospects to the next step, and I'm pretty sure you're offering oils, right?
Correct. And yes, the newsletter, like I just want to have a weekly tips, and in there, just like announce the next classes, upcoming classes. That would be ideal. I don't know, that just seems overwhelming. The tech piece. So I if I can get that like manually done, or just I don't know, in my brain, then I can break it down with the tech. Unless I don't know, you're really good. You can suggest something that can walk me. I don't know. So without listening to the videos, like hours of videos, I guess.
Right. So I definitely recommend, because you're a Get Oiling user, I definitely recommend that you go through the Marketing Mastery Workshop series. It's really similar to the launch challenge that we're doing in AttractWell, but it does take all of the Young Living type considerations into place where you're converting new customers. What I would recommend is, number one, if just from a manual perspective, you want to always have, when you have an event, you want to have an opportunity for a next step that you can share, and just basically put it out there for anybody who is curious or interested. You're just basically showing them where the door is that they can choose to walk through. And so what I would do is maybe kind of look at how you could position your, a call with you, right? An exploratory something call, position that as a problem solver, right? So if you're saying, for instance, somebody is going to these, a spa day class or this class or another class, you can say, I have, a 20-minute stress buster session where we're going to figure out the 4 things that are happening right now that are keeping you from living in your Zen all day. And this is something that I'm offering for free. If you'd like to take advantage of it, come see me after class. Here's where you can find me. And just something like that you can just say. And then somebody who's like, ooh, and I'm talking strictly manual here, not plugging in any tech yet, but you're basically positioning a conversation with you as a next step. Vocalize that first. If you can vocalize it and get it into your muscle memory, using tech for it's going to make a lot of sense later. But trying to come up with something and make tech work for something that doesn't exist yet, that's where it's difficult and challenging, right? So I would position it that way. Don't even worry about using a scheduler. All you have to do, if somebody replies, somebody sends an email and says, hey, that stress buster session, I'd really like that. You could say, hey, just hit reply with 2 times that might work for you this week, and we'll put something on the calendar together, right? It's very manual. It's very simple. Does that make sense?
That's perfect. Yeah, that is perfect. And that was my idea for Monday, like just kind of an open office hours. But you're right, when you're kind of specifically kind of guiding them towards a path instead of just keeping like an open option for them to show up, I think that's more beneficial. And it's going to prompt them to action a lot more, yes, in a successful way then. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
absolutely. Yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
coming out.
Thank you.
All right, Karen, you had a question here. Created a page for the booking call, and I feel like I'm missing the last step. Do I change on the lead section to stay on the page or send them to the next page? If so, what do I link to? Karen, I'm going to bring you out to chat so that we can make sure that we're seeing the right thing together. And yeah, let's get this figured out. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Awesome. All right, so what is the name of the page in your account?
Let's see. Booking page, health coaching call, possibly.
Okay.
I think I just edited it, but maybe it's not. Maybe
Let's
it's not changed because I'm in the process of editing.
Oh, will you make sure you've saved your progress before I open it?
Sure. Yes. Save. Yes. Okay, so it's booking page.
Okay. All right, perfect. So pick a date and time. I'm excited to chat with you. Okay, perfect.
So
Okay,
the contact me button, I also had a question about, like,
okay.
do I have that linked properly? Does that go somewhere?
Yeah, no, this is perfect. So here's what's going to happen. We can actually view it and you can see what'll happen. I haven't done anything, but I do need to save it. Okay, so let's take a look. I know that you have it tied up correctly, but basically what's going to happen is whatever information you have right here is going to show up, and there's going to be a form where people can enter their information. And again, I don't understand why my Safari is just so stinking slow lately. So you have done it correctly. Do you want to have the button in a white section, or do you want to have it like with the gradient?
Yeah, in a gradient would be great, or I don't know. I didn't
Okay.
know. I don't know.
See, I'm not sure how to, okay, I'm gonna do something here. Let me go to advanced settings because I'm not able to kind of toggle and see the whole section code. Okay, I'm gonna go backspace. There we go. And now center him. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Okay, so back to normal. And I'm also going to give a little bit of padding on the bottom of this section because you see how the button's just like right there on the bottom.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll just increase that. Nope, that's not it. Let's fool around with this element for a second here. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I don't know what the deal is with this and why it's behaving weirdly, but I know that we can, here we go. I'm gonna go right here and add that big button and move that to the middle. Oops, okay. So it has to say contact, and then we want it to say contact me and update and done. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to get rid of this guy on the bottom. And I don't know, he's just so weird. I don't understand like why he's just like hanging down there on the bottom. Like if you ever run into a situation like this, sometimes you just want to get into the advanced editor and then just, oh, here we go unlink, and that'll make the button go away. There we go. And so now we can adjust that section. Voila, perfect. Okay, so now he doesn't look strange. We can go and see what he looks like over here. So yeah, this is perfect. So contact me is just going to pop this up right here. And yeah, that'll be what they see if they don't see the time and date that they're looking for. Now, what you were asking is after they sign up. So once they've reached this point, after they've booked a call with you, what you're going to want to do is, is this paid Calendly? Do you have a paid account with them?
No, it's the free version.
Okay, so then what I would do is just add some copy to this page that just basically says, you know, obviously you're saying pick a date and time. I'm excited to chat with you. They're going to just see and here, delete this once I've done this, but I'm going to go ahead and grab a time with you for 10 a.m. on the 31st. And you can actually see what they're going to see. So, and I put that in the wrong field. There we go. So we'll meet on Zoom, and then I'm gonna, okay, wait, what? What did I do? Oh, all right. So it says confirm. So they stay right here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so they're confirmed. Now, if you had paid Calendly, you do have the option of creating an additional confirmation page and having that be, here, I'll actually show you where that would go, where it would actually reroute them to a final confirmation page. And if you happen to use free, which again, you don't have to, it's just like right here, and you would go to redirect to an external site, and then you would put your AttractWell in here. But even still, just using this exactly as you have it set up, they're going to stay right there. They're going to be on your site once you're confirmed. It's you know, they're here, and so you could actually you know, have something at further down on this page, like done scheduling, want to learn more about other stuff. Like you could actually include a section further down if you wanted to, where they can engage
Okay,
with
yeah,
other
that was
things.
my question on the settings under the leads.
Okay.
You know, under there, it had those options, stay on this page or go somewhere else. And I was like, ooh, I don't know where.
Got
Just-
you. Well, so actually in the case of a page, like this, you're not using the lead form at all, right? So what goes into here under leads is only going to matter if you have a form embedded on the page, or if you have a button that, like your contact here, has this hashtag lead in here. So
Oh,
yeah, so the controls on this page are solely because you have this form in here. They're dictated by what you have embedded on the page.
oh, okay.
Yeah. And let me actually, I want to go back because I think, okay, that's working fine. Okay, yeah, let me refresh this. Okay, yeah, so that's, yeah, there we go. You're all good there, and they'll stay on that one page, and you don't have to worry about any other settings, because all they're doing here is engaging with the form. And in the event that they don't see something that works, then they will be clicking that contact and just sending a contact, like a request to you. One thing I would want you to double check before you use the contact feature, though, is to go to your settings. And let me see, this is your general settings. Here we go. This is going to be like a default message that goes out, and you can set your default here. So if somebody puts in a contact request, whatever goes out will be right here. So what I'm going to put in is no campaign here, because we don't want like to send out a bunch of emails to somebody. If all they did was like request a time, we don't want to send them anything that's not relevant directly to what they're doing. And you are using the contact form for a specific purpose on that page. So we'll go ahead and set that there. If you wanted to, but the other option that you do have for that page, if you did want to use the lead section, is what you would do is you would actually go over here to leads, and you would say, leave, you know, you would have their name, email, and phone. And then maybe here you would say, leave, you know, 1 to 2 suggested times and dates that might work for you. And then they, you know, then they send that to you. So you could use like this lead form in the same way that you would use the contact form. But I mean, I think that the contact form is really going to do the heavy lifting here. You don't have to go through designing something new.
Okay, yes. Keep it simple. That sounds
Yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So does that answer your questions?
Yes, thank you, thank you. I really
Fabulous. Happy we could help. Awesome. Can you have more than one lead on the same page, 2 different lead magnets on the same page? It's a good question, Heather. You can only have one form per page, but you could 100% link off to other places where you have lead forms. So there are a lot of great examples of this. I think just all over AttractWell with folks' websites where you've got kind of your primary one that is your pop-up or a form on the page, but maybe you have other free things that you're offering, and maybe you have an image or something like that that they can click, and that maybe takes them to a landing page or to another page where you can make that offer. Let me see. Awesome. Great questions today, you guys. I hope you are so excited and ready to start moving those videos over and streamlining your business even more. We will be back here same time next week. If you've got things on your wish list, if there are things you'd like to learn more about, stuff you would like to introduce into your business to help you make your life easier, let us know. We're here to help, and we'll see you back here same time next week. Bye, everybody.